What's up, Comic Book Nation? BD here on Black Friday with your top 5 stories from the past 24 hours. Today we are talking about that epic CW crossover event, Walking Dead, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more in Comic Book Now. First up, that trailer for the first full trailer for CW's DC crossover event has fans going absolutely crazy with hype, myself included. If you haven't seen it, or if you have, let's watch it right now.
Something's coming.
You haven't seen it.
Guys. Maybe I'm lying. Aliens!
We've been calling them the Dominators.
That is not the name of a species that comes in peace.
We must exterminate your kind before the scourge of your planet becomes the scourge of ours.
Dominator ships are coming in worldwide.
Barry, we can't do this alone.
I don't plan to.
Oliver?
Green Arrow.
Dig.
Spartan.
White Canary.
Firestorm.
The Atom.
Heatwave.
How did you get the name Heatwave?
I burned my family alive. I like to light things on fire.
What a colorful backstory.
Oh, things just got so much worse.
You really did it this time, Barry.
Y'all call for tech support? Oh, no.
Oh, I had enough of this.
It's been an honor to know all of you, to fight alongside of you. Now it's up to you to keep our home safe.
Have fun storming the castle. You gonna use Princess Bride against me? Here we go.
We're just like this next level slower.
Best
Kinda talk about
team-up
slower,
ever!
Hey, how about? Yeah, that looks like the closest thing to a really good DC Comics movie in a while, huh? Except it's on TV. By the way, those CW crossover episodes will get a little extra runtime, but they're not the only ones. The Walking Dead has 3 episodes remaining in the first half of Season 7, and each of them will be extended. This Sunday's Tara-centric episode called Swear will run for 70 minutes. Next week's Sing Me a Song, episode 7, will run for 90 minutes. And in just over 2 weeks, the mid-season finale, Hearts Still Beating, will run for 85 minutes. Some major spoilers have been revealed based on these titles and synopses, and you can read all about them at comicbook.com/The Walking Dead. I totally recommend checking it out. Comic fans are freaking out. The next movie on Marvel Studios' release schedule is one I know we're all very excited about, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. However, aside from a very small bit of footage which offered looks at the characters, and if you weren't in San Diego's Comic-Con's Hall H, you don't really know much, but thanks to Sean Gunn, I learned what to expect from the beginning of the movie. Check this out, guys. In the first one, Yondu and Quill did not see eye to eye, that's for sure, but it seems like here we have a little bit of Yondu and Quill adventuring together, especially from the Comic-Con footage and the trailers. But Kraglin, where is he going to lie? Where's his alliances lying, and what can you tease about the adventure he's about to go on?
I can just say that I think that's a question. You know, when the movie starts, it's only a couple of months after the first movie, and you know, the Ravagers have not gone hard after Peter Quill after he double-crossed them with the Infinity Stone. And so there's a little rumbling amongst the ranks of the Ravagers, like, where does Yondu's allegiance lie here? Is he going soft on Quill? And so the Ravagers have to make a decision of what they're going to do about Yondu, and I think that Kraglin is a key part of that, but that's all I can say.
That interview, if you couldn't tell by the backdrop, took place at Heroes and Villains Fan Fest in Atlanta last weekend, the same place which I was able to speak with Constantine himself, Matt Ryan, and Ryan has a message for the avid Constantine fans who have been vocally and loyally supporting that show, even after the cancellation. Check this out.
I'd just like to say thank you, fans, for all the support that you've given me from playing this character. It's such an iconic role, and to have you guys support me is just a fantastic thing, so thank you very, very much. And now the last topic on this Black Friday, of course, has to do with something being on sale.
Rogue One, A Star Wars Story tickets are going on sale November 28th at 12 a.m. Eastern Time. The movie releases December 16th, and early projections have it raking in $130 million in its opening weekend at the box office. That's a lot of money, with early screenings available as early as 7 p.m. Thursday on December 15th. Now, we're going to turn this over to questions real quick. Sky Patterson wants to know, where is the Hulk standalone movie, 2021, or is Universal not letting it happen? I can tell you this, Universal had 7 years to reboot the Hulk, I believe it was, and make their own movie. If they don't, it goes back. It's been a little while since The Incredible Hulk. I think we're getting close. I believe it was 7 years. So unless I know that the rights are currently shared. The same is the case for Namor. So whether or not that actually is ever going to happen, I don't know. I don't think we really need a Hulk movie right now. There are other characters who need origin stories. Thor Ragnarok is very much a Hulk movie. I'm just going to say that. It's going to be awesome. Any new word on Infinity War? Yeah, the X-Men are going to be in it. They're scouting locations right now. It should start actual filming soon, which is when we will get to see some really good news and maybe some looks from the set. You know, all those websites and paparazzi out there popping photos. We'll start to get looks at these new costumes and whatnot, and what characters are actually going to be there. I'm looking at you, Star-Lord. Why is Savitar on The Flash a robot? Well, they like to change things up a little bit on the TV shows, so that shouldn't really come as too much of a surprise. Let's get a couple more questions. Where's the Black Widow solo film, says Sam Dinaj. I don't know. I think it's going to be a little while before we see that. I think that there is a huge demand for that, but I don't know that it's enough for them to actually rearrange any schedules. I think that with Marvel Studios, if a movie isn't going to push a character further, and B, push their grander scheme of the Marvel Universe further, I don't think it's a priority. And I think that a Black Widow movie, everyone wants to see a prequel, everyone wants to see the past for Black Widow, and we're not, that doesn't further along the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I don't think that's a priority. Sky Patterson, loyal viewer, wants to know, when will we see the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 trailer? I would assume we're going to see it with Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. We're going to see the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer with that. I would guess that we are also going to see Guardians, which would mean that those have to start dropping soon, because that movie is just over, under 3 weeks away now, maybe 3 weeks today. And they're not going to drop those on top of each other as to crush the excitement for one by dropping the other. So I would assume we're going to see them very soon. Will there be an X-Men reboot? That's a very popular question. That's where we'll end it. I think the closest thing to an X-Men reboot was X-Men Apocalypse, until we get like a full nothing else counts reboot. I think Deadpool is going to be the centerpiece of that franchise from now on. I can't imagine that they're going to they're going to reboot it with Wolverine and Jean Grey and Cyclops and all those guys again. I think they need to make Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool the most successful thing they have right now, the tentpole, the piece to build around. And I saw one question. Dallas Jackson says, is The Walking Dead going to get good again? Let's hope so. This Sunday's a slow episode. The last 2 of the season. Maybe we'll see some pickup. I hope so. Guys, if you want to talk more, please hit me up on Twitter. I'll chat with you all weekend long, I promise, at Brandon Davis BD. I love talking to you guys. And make sure you follow at Comic Book on Twitter and at Comic Book Now on Instagram for all your news. See you later, guys.